Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're joining me live on this Facebook chat today, Mindful Monday. And today I want to talk to you about, two things. The three S's, and that's your strategies, your story and your state. And then I want to talk a little bit about dealing in the currency of facts. So before we do that, just to let you know that I'm in my living room today in Portaferry. And I know that there's a lot of people have been giving me lovely feedback. So thank you very much. Hey, thanks for the thumbs up. Nice to see you. I've had a lot of feedback, private messages, and really appreciate it. It's nice to know that it's making a difference. Hey, Dean, how you doing there? Good to have you along. If you have any questions that you want to ask, or you've got some issues that you've got a lot of thinking about, just send me a message or in the comment box below, and I'm happy to talk to you about whatever it is that's causing you issues. I know that a lot of people have been getting benefit from these videos, so that's lovely to know. So thank you for that feedback. So, thinking about the three S's. First of all, it's your strategies. What strategies do you run on a daily basis? By that I mean behaviours. What behaviours do you generate that perhaps are not serving you the best purpose? So if you're running a self-sabotaging strategy, then that's something to look at. Hey Ethel, lovely to see you. Thanks for joining me today. I don't know if Alison's there or not, but I'm getting some feedback from her that I don't give a shout out to her. So hey Alison, hopefully you're there somewhere. Can't see that you are, but anyway, if you're watching this later, you'll be able to recognise that I did welcome you to the session. So what strategies are you running? Think about strategies as a set of behaviours. Now, from my perspective, every behaviour has a positive intention. Whatever strategy you might be running is designed to give you some positive benefit, even if it's a not so clever strategy, like maybe eating too much, drinking too much, procrastinating. That's another strategy that can stop you from moving forward. So think about the way you operate in the world. That's merely your strategies. How do you show up? And on a Monday, how many people show up? And I know from looking at Facebook posts, people are popping up with, oh, it's Monday, oh. And there's a lot of thinking about, oh, I think we had a bit of a connection issue there. Sorry about that. So yeah, thinking about strategies. So just think about your strategies and how you operate and how you think. Now, your strategies are influenced by how you've been conditioned as you've been growing up. So that can be, there'll be input there from your parents, from teachers, from your religious, perhaps, connections. But all of the strategies that you are currently running, you've learned them. So here's the good thing. You can unlearn them. You can park them if they're not serving you. Now, with these strategies, there comes the story. I know when I'm working with people, there's always a story. Yeah. And it's about, well, he beat me up, or she did this, or whatever the story may be, or indeed if someone has died. There's always a lot of thinking around a story if someone has passed away. What stories are you telling yourself about your strategies or about your behaviours? It's reasons, excuses and justifications, I like to call it. What are the reasons, excuses and justifications you have for running the particular behaviour, and what is the reasons, excuses and justifications for stopping it, or for not stopping it, as is mostly the case with most people. So think about your story. Think about what are you telling yourself about a situation, person or thing. The story is the story. It is what it is. And if you break it down into reality and facts, that's what we're talking about. I'm going to go on to talk a bit more about that whenever I've finished. Anybody got any questions? Obviously, we're talking about the three S's, your strategies, the stories you tell yourself, and the states that leaves you in. And then we're going to talk about the currency of fact. So, if you're running a story around, and here's, hey Marianne, lovely to see you. Oh, okay. So Mariana has to go because the internet's lagging. So sorry about that. Hopefully you'll catch it, Mary, on the replay. So to think about the stories that you're telling yourself, not only about situations that are going on in your life, but also about what is stopping you from doing something that you want to do. You may want to, hey, Alison, thank you for the thumbs up. Nice to see you're here. And we're talking about stories at the moment. What stories do you tell yourself around something? For example, weight loss. If you know that chocolate is your vice, what story do you tell yourself as to why you should just have a wee bit? Go on, I'm sure you've had an awful day, haven't you? Or some such effect. What about, you know, well, I was just thinking actually at the weekend, the astronaut Tim Peaks, and he came back to, you know, I wonder how many times that he ever shared with someone, hey Kim, good to see you're here. If you've any questions, anything you want to talk about, please just send a message in the box below and I'll happy to chat to it. So yeah, in terms of the story that you tell yourself, then, you know, how many times was he probably kicked down by teachers or by those people who were influential in growing up? If he said he wanted to be an astronaut, good old Northern Ireland attitude would be, oh, wise up, don't be so ridiculous, you'll never be that. And that's a story. So whether you choose to believe the story that you tell yourself is again a choice that you have. Now, isn't that liberating? That you can choose to make up a different story if you want to. What's your story about why you can't do something? What's your story about progressing forward? What's your story about keeping yourself stuck in a situation? We talked about on Thoughtful Thursday, hey, thanks for the hearts. It's lovely to know that there's some people on there with me. I'm not just sitting here gazing out of well, actually, I'll show you gazing out at this beautiful scenery. How lucky am I to have that? Good to see you made it. We're just talking about your story. Stacey, hi, good to see you. If you've got any stories that you're stuck in, I'm happy to have a chat. It was with you here, or send me a message and we can talk about it. If you want to learn some more about Lifeology and you can pop over and join the Facebook group. If you just send a request and I'll approve it and you can join the group and hear some more about how. Hey, thanks Stacey. Good to have you along, and thanks for the thumbs up, really appreciate it. I know that